This hypnosis routine is brought to you by the new Otter Tunes, opening in August under new management. Hello there, my name is Oren Otter. I hope today finds you all well. I'm going to be your hypnotist today, and the purpose of this routine is a Were-Reindeer transformation. Now, you may have noticed that things are a little bit different here. Most noticeably, we have a red spiral instead of an orange one. We have learned a lot here at the Transformation Parlor, lots of strategies, tips, and tricks, and we're going to combine them all to give you the best hypnosis experience that we possibly can. And the red spiral is so that you can pick out at a glance which ones are new and therefore which ones have this improved quality. As I said, this is a Were-Reindeer routine, but this is going to have all the bells and whistles. First, for the induction, we're going to imagine going to Santa's house, where you're going to doze off by the fire. After that, we'll have your first transformation, and that'll be followed by a sequence where I cause you to love the cold. After that, we have several happiness boosters. Then I'm going to teach you how to fly. And finally, you're going to participate in a game of Quidditch. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, I'll teach you. Now, as always, I want to speak to any misgivings you may have about hypnosis. It is safe. It's as safe as going to sleep. It's not magic. It's not witchcraft. It's not psychic powers or mind control. It's none of those things. Hypnosis is a natural function that is built into your mind, and it's actually something that you use every day. But we are going to make special use of it, not so that I can control your mind, but so that you can control your own mind. I am just a guide. You are going to be in control. You'll be in charge the whole time. And if at any point you don't like what I'm doing, you are free to come out of trance and stop it right then and there. I cannot make you do anything that you don't want to do. No hypnotist can do that, and I wouldn't do that anyway. I can't turn you into a zombie. I can't make you my slave. I could make you cluck like a chicken, but I won't. That's a different video. Now, one caveat I would like to make, I said that hypnosis is as safe as sleep, and that's true. But of course, if you sleep, there's always the possibility of nightmares. If you go into trance with emotional baggage, there is a chance that it is going to come out while you're in trance. It's called an abreaction, and while it's not harmful, it can be unpleasant. I don't want that to happen to you. So I would like to make sure that you're not going into trance with emotional baggage. So if you need to, pause the video, go deal with whatever it is you need to deal with. I'll wait right here. Now, some of you are not going to be able to go into trance the first time. That's okay. Going into trance is an acquired skill. The key is to not force it. Just let it happen to you. Trying to go into trance is like trying to fall asleep. The harder you try, the less likely it is to happen. So just let it happen to you. And if it doesn't happen the first time, don't worry. It didn't happen to me the first time either. But the more you keep doing it, the more effective it will become. And even if you don't go into trance, you may still derive some benefit. The happiness boosters may be of a special benefit to you. So I do not want to see you saying, it didn't work down in the doobly-doo. Keep doing it. It will work. At the end of this video, I'm going to leave you in trance to come out in your own good time. So I recommend doing this when your schedule is clear, because I'd like to give you some time to enjoy being a Were-Reindeer in your mind. And if you're worried about coming out of trance, let me put your mind at ease. You can't stay in trance forever. Eventually, you will either wake up or go to sleep and then wake up. Just like being awake or asleep, you can't stay in trance forever. By the way, the background music for this routine has been provided by Aludra. He's got some excellent ambient tunes. I would encourage you to look him up on the internet and check him out. You've listened to me ramble on for about 5 minutes now. It's time to get to the good stuff. So I would like you to assume a position that is comfortable, where you're either sitting or lying down, in a position where your head is supported so that it won't flop when you relax your neck. That can be really uncomfortable. Not really conducive to deep breathing either. So make sure that you're comfortable and your head is supported. You don't have to stay stock still. That's a myth. you go ahead and do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. Scratch an itch, cough if you have to, shift your weight, whatever makes you comfortable. Because I want this to be as pleasant an experience for you as possible. If you have to, pause the video here to get up to go to the bathroom, because we're going to be here a while. All right, are we all set? Make yourself as comfortable as you can. And if you're ready, we'll begin. I would like to welcome you to the North Pole, a small island in the middle of the Arctic Ocean, inhabited by many interesting creatures. There's polar bears and Arctic foxes and penguins. Yes, I know, they don't usually live here, but this is a very special place. There's snowmen and ice elementals, and of course, elves. You've come here to visit on a special invitation from Santa Claus. He says he has a very special present to give you. That will come a little later, of course. For right now, you're sitting in a nice, comfortable living room that's been beautifully decorated for Christmas. The room is warm and clean, but lived in as well. It's been beautifully and tastefully decorated for Christmas. To your right is a tall Christmas tree with a bright star on top, decorated with candy canes, popcorn strings, tinsel, golden balls, handcrafted ornaments made from beads, pipe cleaners, construction paper, and of course, it's covered with 1,000 little twinkling lights. It casts a rainbow glow over everything around it. On the floor are brightly wrapped presents, just waiting to be opened when Santa returns home on Christmas morning. There are some chairs over on the right side of the room, recliners and rocking chairs, where Mr. and Mrs. Claus like to sit. There's even a basket with big balls of red, white, and green yarn and a pair of knitting needles, where Mrs. Claus has been working on her latest project. To your left, there's a small table, and on that is a plate of Christmas cookies and a mug filled with your favorite hot drink. It can be any drink you want: coffee, tea, cider, whatever you like. And beyond that is a large bay window. When you look out the window, you can see the northern lights dancing in the sky, and you can hear the wind as it whips through the pine trees, rustling their branches merrily. Near the corner of the room is an open door leading to a hallway, and beyond that is the kitchen. From that kitchen, you can smell many wondrous things. There's the smell of apple pie, cinnamon, chocolate, peppermint, all sorts of wonderful aromas. You can tell from the pleasant aromas that the elves are busy baking all sorts of treats like pumpkin pie and cookies and fluffy pastries. Directly in front of you, there's a large, inviting fireplace. On the mantel is a beautiful ceramic nativity set and a bunch of Christmas cards sent by friends and family to wish everyone happy holidays. And from the mantel hang a series of stockings. Among them are one for Santa Claus, of course, one for Mrs. Claus, and one for you. Within the fireplace itself is a warm, bright, crackling fire, and you yourself are seated directly across from the fireplace in a large, warm, overstuffed recliner. a chair that's so comfortable. Just feels so good to lay back and relax in this chair. Laying across your lap is a big comfy quilt that Mrs. Claus herself stitched together with love from all sorts of different squares. And each square has a different scene on it. There's angels and ornaments, snowmen and wise men, reindeer, and the words joy and peace and Merry Christmas. It's so soft and warm and comfortable, and you're sure you can still feel the love that Mrs. Claus put into it. As you lean back in your recliner and relax and just listen to the sound of my voice, you can feel the warmth of the fire starting to seep into your toes. It feels so good as your toes, one by one, warm up in the soft glow of that friendly, crackling fire. It just feels so good, and everywhere that warmth touches, you're going to find that you're able to relax completely. Each toe just completely relaxing, all the stress, all the tension just disappearing, leaving you feeling good and relaxed and peaceful everywhere the warmth touches. And it's traveling upward through your toes, through your feet, making your feet relax completely. Relax both feet. Let all the muscles just go slack, letting go of all the tension. Feeling good as that warm, pleasant energy continues to rise through your toes and through your feet up toward your ankles, making everything feel good, making everything relax and feel wonderful. As that warmth comes up through your ankles into your lower legs, making the muscles of your shins and your calves relax completely as they let go of all the stress, let go of all the tension, all the cares of the day just slipping away one by one as you listen to the sound of my voice, letting my voice create your reality and allowing that warm, pleasant energy to rise up and help you to relax more and more as it comes up through your knees and comes into your upper legs, making your knees relax, your thighs and your hips, making everything in your legs totally, completely relax, all the way from your toes up to your hips, feeling wonderful, just letting go of all the stress, all the tension, all the cares, feeling wonderful as you listen to the sound of my voice and allow that warmth to continue to penetrate your body. And you can feel it in your fingertips now, coming up through your fingertips, up through your fingers, making all the muscles in your fingers completely relax, just feeling good, just relaxing and letting that warmth come up through your fingers into your hand, feeling wonderful as you just relax and listen to my voice, allowing that warm, pleasant energy to come up through your hands, making your hands relax as it comes up through your wrists and into your lower arms, feeling so good, feeling pleasant and warm and calm. And that energy is rising up from your legs into your torso, coming up through your abdomen, rising up toward your navel, making all of the muscles relax, all the muscles in your tummy, all the muscles in your lumbar, your abs, your obliques, all of the muscles just feeling good as that warm, pleasant energy rises up through them all the way down to the core of your being. You can feel that warmth rising up in your spine, feeling so good, so wonderful and warm, just like immersing yourself in a nice, warm, relaxing bath. And in your arms, you can feel the warmth rising up past your elbow, coming into your upper arms, making them relax too. Biceps and triceps, all the way up to the shoulder, everything completely relaxing, feeling good, feeling calm, letting go of all the stress. You can just let go of all the tension, all the cares, all the worries of the day. Just let them go, let them flow out of you, and be replaced by that warm, pleasant energy as it rises up through your torso into your solar plexus, coming higher and higher, coming up into your chest and into your upper back, finding its way through your pectorals, through your shoulder blades, everything feeling so warm and good, all the way down to your lungs and your heart, penetrating the spine, everything relaxing. Your arms, your shoulders, everything just feeling good as those warm, pleasant sensations meet in your chest and rise up through your collar, coming up toward your neck, just feeling good, feeling so relaxed and calm and wonderful. Everything from the neck down now, completely relaxed, letting go of all the stress, letting go of all the tension, just feeling so good as you listen to the sound of my voice, letting my words create your reality and help you go into trance. As you let that warmth rise up through your neck now, completely relaxing all of the muscles in your neck, just feeling so good, feeling so relaxed, letting that warmth rise up further and further, and you find that you can just let go of all the stress, let go of all tension as it rises higher and higher, penetrating your jaw now, coming up through the muscles around your mouth, coming up around your ears, around your nose, everything just feeling so good, so relaxed. All of the muscles in your head now just relaxing, feeling free, feeling quiet and calm and peaceful. All of the muscles around your eyes, in your eyebrows, and up through your forehead, as that warm, pleasant energy rises all the way up to the top of your head, filling you completely, making everything relax. And the only work your muscles are doing now are your breathing. So go ahead and take a deep breath and feel that warm, wonderful energy continue to fill you even more as you take it into your lungs with each deep breath. And as you breathe in, I'd like you to open your eyes. As you breathe out, I'd like you to close them again. And each time you breathe in, you'll notice that your eyelids are just a little bit harder to open, and every time you breathe out, they close just a little bit more easily. It's as though tiny weights are being added to them every time you open them and close them again. But that's okay, because it feels good to just open your eyes a little bit less each time you breathe in, and close them again each time you breathe out. Just listening to the sound of my voice as you breathe deeply, and continue to let that warm, wonderful energy fill you, bringing more of that warmth in each time you breathe in, and each time you breathe out, exhaling more of the stress and tension and cares until there's none left, opening your eyes a little less each time and closing them more easily. It just feels good to let those eyes close, and if you want to let them close completely, you can go ahead and do that. Let them close, let them shut, let them lock shut, just feeling so good as you relax completely and listen to the sound of my voice, relaxing and breathing in that warm, wonderful energy, and breathing out the last molecules of stress and tension, just feeling so good, relaxing completely as you begin to drift into trance, listening to the sound of my voice. If you'd like to try to open your eyes again, you can try, but you're going to find that you're not able to, because it just feels too good to relax completely, to keep your eyes shut, keep them locked shut, and just listen to the sound of my voice, feeling so wonderful as you drift deeper and deeper into that wonderful, peaceful state of trance. You're doing a very good job, just relaxing and going into that wonderful, relaxing, deep trance. But I'm going to help you to go even deeper. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and with each number I count, you're going to drift deeper and deeper into that pleasant, wonderful state of trance. And when I reach 1, I'll snap my fingers and tell you, sleep. And each time I do, you're going to be able to go deeper, even deeper, 10 times, 100 times deeper, each time I snap my fingers and say sleep. Starting down now from 10, feeling pleasantly drowsy, 9, going deeper and deeper, 8, feeling better the deeper you go, 7, just feeling so good, 6, feeling better with each number I count, 5, going deeper the better you feel, 4, further and further, 3, getting closer and closer, 2, almost there now, 1, sleep. Just feeling so good now as you listen to the sound of my voice, going deeper and deeper as you just listen to my voice and sleep, going further and further into trance, deeper and deeper each time I snap my fingers and say sleep. Further and further, feeling better and better each time I say sleep, going further and further into that wonderfully relaxing sleep, that blissful, calm, and peaceful sleep, further and further into sleep, just feeling so good as you sleep. Wonderful sleep, deep sleep, beautiful deep sleep. You're doing very well now, going deep into that peaceful, calm state of trance. And I'm going to help you to go even deeper. But first, I'm going to need you to come back up so that we can go even deeper the next time. So I'm going to count up from 1 to 5. 1, starting up out of trance now. 2, becoming a little more alert. 3, further up with each number I count. 4, open your eyes. And 5, wide awake, feeling great, still feeling absolutely wonderful, peaceful, and calm. Go ahead and stretch out if you need to. Shift your weight. Be as comfortable as you need to be as we take our little break, and then we start back down. As I say, 10, drifting back down into trance now. 9, going deeper and deeper with each number. 8, just feeling so very good. 7, further and further. 6, going deeper the better you feel. 5, feeling better the deeper you go. 4, further and further down. 3, just drifting like a feather. 2, nearly there now. And 1, sleep. Feeling so good, so relaxed, as you just listen to the sound of my voice and sleep. Going further and further, deeper and deeper, each time I say sleep. 100 times further, every time I tell you sleep. Feeling so good, so relaxed and calm and peaceful as you drift into sleep. Wonderful, peaceful sleep, relaxing sleep, calm sleep, peaceful sleep. Just feeling so good, so relaxed and wonderful. Feeling so peaceful, so relaxed. All of your thoughts are nice and warm and fuzzy, and yet somehow cool at the same time, just like the sheets of a freshly made bed. Leaving your outer eyes closed, I would like you to open your inner eyes, the eyes of your imagination that you were using to look around Santa's house. And as you open the eyes of your mind, you can see that warm, inviting room that you were sitting in, with the blazing fire and the Christmas tree and the big bay windows through which you see the aurora borealis dancing in the sky. But there's one more addition to the room. You see a reindeer sitting on the floor just off to your right. That reindeer is me. You remember me, of course. I'm the one who flew you up here to the North Pole. I'm normally an otter, but when I'm exposed to snow, I turn into a flying reindeer. And that is a gift that I would like to offer to you. To your left is the small table with a plate of cookies and the warm drink. But on that plate of cookies is something new. It's a carrot that gives off a soft glow. If you would like to become a Were-Reindeer, pick up the carrot off the plate and take a bite. If you chose not to bite the carrot, then you are free to wake up whenever you're ready. If you chose to bite the carrot, which I see you did, then we're going to have some fun as you experience your first transformation. Your trigger for transforming into a reindeer is going to be exposure to snow. It can be falling snow, or ground snow, or a snow cone, or even a marshmallow snowball. I always transform when I see a marshmallow snowball. It's funny, but it's true. So I would like you to take a good look out the big bay window to your left. Notice the snow covering the ground, the frost on the trees, the snowflakes gently falling from the sky. As you look out the window, those soft, fuzzy thoughts that were filling your mind, that were both pleasantly warm and pleasantly cool at the same time, begin to filter out through your body. Right now, I'm taking a corner of your quilt in my mouth and pulling it away so that you can look down at yourself and watch as everything happens. Your clothing is starting to disappear, vanishing away slowly as it goes back to its dressers and drawers and closets. You're going to be a reindeer. You don't need that clothing anymore. And already it's being replaced as those soft, fluffy thoughts filter out through your body and come out through your skin, covering you in a beautiful, downy coat of fur. As you look down at your hand, you'll notice that your index finger and middle finger are merging together to become one large finger. Your pinky is drawing back. Your nails are getting much, much bigger as they transform into a reindeer's cloven hoof. You can see it happening on both hands, the 3 middle fingers becoming the 2 large front portions of the hoof, your pinky and thumb becoming the smaller back portions of the hoof. These hooves will spread out each time you step, allowing you to stay on top of the snow or soft mud in the summertime. Either way, each hoof is like a great big snowshoe. And you can see the same thing happening on your feet. Your second and third toes merging into one. And then your toenails getting bigger and bigger as your toes shift around, becoming reindeer's hooves on both your left and your right foot. The changes are wonderful to observe. They don't hurt at all. They're not frightening, and they're rather exciting because you know that you're changing into something wonderful. And now, as you watch your hands and feet, you can observe them getting longer and longer, stretching, stretching. In your new reindeer anatomy, these long, thin parts of your legs will be called your cannons. Your heels and wrists will be well up off the ground, and you'll be walking on tiptoe. Your legs are changing, becoming shorter, thinner, and yet broader front to back, becoming stronger, becoming the strong legs of a reindeer. Your arms are doing the same, your upper arms especially, becoming shorter, thinner, and yet broader front to back. Your shoulder blades are moving from your back, coming around to the sides. Your arms are moving in front of you, your shoulders flattening into your body, so that when you stand on all four legs, you'll have all of them directly underneath you. Your spine is starting to stretch downward from just above your buttocks, forming a tail that is short but fluffy, the perfect tail for a reindeer. It's a nice tail, and your torso is changing now, becoming so much bigger and stronger, becoming large and round as muscle builds in your back and in your chest, making you a strong, strong reindeer. Your chest becomes flat and featureless, your nipples gone, replaced by 4 down in the area of your groin. But like everything else down there, they are tastefully hidden by fur and concealed from view. After all, you need to be family friendly. Now your neck is getting longer and longer, becoming thicker and stronger, and the fur on your neck is becoming so very fluffy, becoming the long, fluffy neck of a reindeer. Of course, you know that as you move around, you'll be keeping your neck pointed forward, not upward like white-tailed deer and elk do. They do their own thing, but as reindeer, we know that forward is much more comfortable. Perhaps I should have warned you that you were going to learn something today. Your ears are getting longer and longer, growing into elegant leaf-like shapes, becoming the long, beautiful ears of a reindeer. And your face is growing forward, your nose and your mouth growing forward, forward into a long, powerful muzzle. As your mouth changes, the upper incisors in the front of your upper jaw disappear, leaving behind only a strong, gum-covered plate, which is perfect for chewing grass. You'll like grass, it's very tasty. The transformation is almost complete. The hair on top of your head has melted into your beautiful plush fur to be indistinguishable from the rest of it. Your eyes are moving further apart, and they're becoming the big, beautiful eyes of a reindeer. They're blue right now because it's winter time here, but as the seasons change, they'll become darker until they're brown in the summertime, and then they'll slowly change back to blue once again. Your pupils are elongated horizontally, front to back, enabling you to see a wide panoramic view all around you. Now with normal reindeer, the males especially shed their antlers around Christmas time. The females a little bit later, but flying reindeer are special. We keep our antlers until February, and the females sometimes well into March. 2 little buds are forming on top of your head and growing bigger and bigger, branching out and getting longer and longer, branching into a palm shape on the front and another one just above that. And as the antlers grow, sweeping up behind your head, they form a third palm shape on the top. They're a big, beautiful set of antlers. And as you watch, gazing up at them, the velvet on the antlers dries up and falls off, turning into dust and vanishing away, leaving only two big, beautiful bone antlers. Your transformation is complete. You're now a reindeer, a flying reindeer. It's a wonderful thing to be. Every time you are exposed to snow of any kind, you will undergo this transformation once again, going from your normal form to that of a reindeer. I'm holding up a mirror for you right now, and as you look into it, you see the indescribably handsome face of a furry, fluffy reindeer, and it makes you happy to see this face. Anytime you look into a mirror or any reflective surface, this is what you'll see when you're in your reindeer form. Your shadow will also be in the shape of a reindeer. Anytime you walk, your footfalls will be the soft click of your reindeer hooves. Your voice will sound like the soft grunt of a reindeer, and your smell, fortunately, won't be too deer-like. It will have strong overtones of peppermint and alfalfa and hay. And of course, there's always going to be carrots on your breath. Now you still have your full human intellect. You will be able to understand all the languages that you did before, and you'll be able to speak them back as well. Each time you change, you will change back again in anywhere from 1 to 24 hours. It will happen automatically, and you might not even notice it. But the next time you are exposed to snow, you will experience the transformation once again, and it will feel absolutely wonderful every time it happens. And with your transformation comes a new appreciation for the cold. You like the cold now. In fact, the perfect temperature for you is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0 degrees Celsius. Right when the temperature is just above freezing, that's when you like it the most. The closer the temperature is to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0 Celsius, the more comfortable you will be, and the happier you will be. I would like you to think for a moment about all that's wonderful and good about winter. Imagine children playing in the snow, building snowmen, having snowball fights, making snow angels, and then when they're done, coming inside to a steaming cup of hot cocoa. Just think about how happy those children are. That's how happy you're going to feel every time the temperature gets close to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, other people around you are going to like it warmer, up to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees Celsius, and that's okay. You can still be comfortable in these temperatures. As long as the temperature doesn't rise too high, you'll be fine. But you'll find that you're even more comfortable, even more happy, when the temperature is just a little hair above freezing. Now I have just turned on the air conditioner, and the temperature in the room is beginning to fall, going from 75 degrees down to 74, 73, and as the temperature slowly drops, you find that you're feeling better and better, feeling more and more comfortable as the temperature goes down. 69, 68, 67, feeling better and better, more and more comfortable as the temperature drops, feeling happier and happier. 64, 63, 62, just feeling so wonderful as the temperature goes down. 59, 58, 57, just feeling all those happy feelings of children playing in the snow, drinking hot cocoa, building snowmen, all of those wonderful memories. 52, 51, 50, temperature going down and down, feeling better and better, feeling so happy as happy memories keep flooding in, snowball fights, sledding down the hill, just being so happy, playing in the snow, enjoying the winter. 49, 48, 47, temperature falling downward and downward, making you feel better and better. 45, 44, 43, just feeling so good, feeling more and more comfortable, feeling better and better. 37, 36, 35, feeling so very good as the temperature reaches that perfect spot. 34, 33, just above 32 degrees, feeling so absolutely wonderful right now as you just lay back and relax and enjoy the feeling of the cold, feeling so comfortable, so happy. And I do want you to be happy. In fact, I want you to be very happy. So now, I'm going to give you some helps that will help you to feel even happier. Whenever you encounter any of these things, your happiness level is going to shoot right up, and you're going to feel happier than you've ever felt before. All you have to do is let it happen. That's what this transformation into a Were-Reindeer has been all about. Happiness for yourself and for others. Just knowing that you're a reindeer is going to make you feel happy naturally. But anytime you hear the word reindeer, that's going to make your happiness level surge up. It's going to feel so good, make you so happy anytime someone says the word reindeer. And each time you hear me say reindeer, your happiness level is building. Just the word reindeer, each time I say reindeer, makes you feel happier and happier, just because it's such a wonderful thing to be a reindeer and to be reminded that you're a reindeer. And anytime you see another reindeer, whether it's a drawing or a cartoon or a statue, or better yet, a live reindeer, anytime you see one, that's going to send your happiness soaring. It's just going to feel so wonderful, so absolutely joyous, just to see that other reindeer. Oh, and carrots. You're not going to be able to help but smile every time you see a carrot, because those are the special treats that the children leave for the reindeer on Christmas Eve night. So anytime you see a carrot, it's going to make you happy. And of course, you're going to want to eat that carrot. You don't have to, but just knowing that you can is going to make you happy. The sight of Santa Claus is going to fill you with joy, especially if you see him live. Anytime you see Santa Claus, you're going to want to be where he is. He's your boss, and he's your special friend. So seeing him just fills you with joy. Of course, if he's working, you're going to want to give him some space. Otherwise, just feel free to go up and tell him how happy he makes you just by being there. And the sight of the sleigh, that also makes you happy, because the sleigh is your special tool for spreading happiness to boys and girls, men and women, dogs and cats, everybody all across the world. That sleigh, pulling that sleigh all over the world through the skies, is your way of making people happy. And so just seeing that sleigh there makes you feel absolutely joyful and ecstatic. You're just going to want to get into position and get hitched up to that sleigh so that you can bring joy to people all over the world. Of course, you know that you have to wait until the proper time to get hitched up and pull the sleigh on Christmas Eve night. But just thinking about it until then will bring wave upon wave of happiness. Whenever you see a stocking, that is going to bring waves of happiness. And you're going to feel the urge to fill that stocking with gifts and candies and all sorts of good things. Of course, that's Santa's job usually, but you can help out too. And if you do choose to put gifts in people's stockings, with each gift you put in, it's going to make you feel happier and happier. Anything to do with Christmas is going to make you feel happy when you see it. A Christmas tree, an ornament, a star, an angel, a nativity scene, even things relating to Hanukkah. After all, Christmas is the birthday of a Jew. A menorah, a dreidel, a latke, a piece of geld, any of these things, they are going to make you happier and happier every time you see them. But most of all, when you see a reindeer flying, that is going to fill you with the most joy of all, because you'll know that you're also a flying reindeer. Others may not believe it, but you know it. And just knowing that you're a flying reindeer and that you can fly just like that other reindeer that you just saw, that is going to fill you up with happiness until you're completely overflowing. So let's try some of these out. I'm standing before you holding a plate, and on that plate is a carrot. And looking at that carrot, you can feel the joy welling up inside you. And if you like, you can take the carrot and take a bite. It tastes absolutely wonderful. It makes you feel happy and joyful. And look, over there, in the corner, there's a Christmas tree. Doesn't it look wonderful? Doesn't it just fill you with happiness? You find that it does. The happiness is welling up, greater and greater. And as you look out the window, you can see a reindeer flying by. As you look at that reindeer, you feel the happiness bubbling up and overflowing, just making you feel absolutely giddy until you can't help but laugh out loud. It just feels so wonderful to know that you're a flying reindeer too, and that you are going to be bringing happiness to children and adults all over the world. But of course, you can't do that if you don't know how to fly. And so, let's go outside where I can teach you how to fly. So come this way. I'm holding the door open for you. You notice that in the past few minutes, I've reverted to my otter form, but I'll be turning back into a reindeer momentarily. That way, you can see what it looks like to others. Be careful not to get your antlers stuck on the door frame. That's right. Come on outside, where you can see a vast, white, snow-covered plain, dotted here and there with conifers. The sky overhead is dark as it always is this time of year at the North Pole. But the aurora borealis is dancing overhead in beautiful ribbons of red and green, and here and there just a little bit of blue. Santa's house is next to us, and beyond that are the stables and the workshop, and beyond those is Elf Town. In the other direction, a herd of reindeer is feeding in the distance, and beyond that, far beyond that, you can see the Arctic Ocean. As you walk, you'll notice that the 4 segments of each hoof spread out, keeping you on top of the snow, just like a snowshoe. And as you stand here watching, you see me slowly transforming into a reindeer as well. A beautiful, if I do say so myself, chocolate brown reindeer with a tan underbelly, dark feet, a little patch of red fur on my nose, a white heart on my neck, and 3 stripes across my back. That's right, I'm a Were-Reindeer as well, and the 2 of us look absolutely majestic together. And now it's time to learn how to fly. I would like you to concentrate on the middle of your torso, and in that spot, just beneath your ribs, you're going to feel a little ball of energy. And that energy is always there. It's always inside of us reindeer. But when you concentrate, it's going to grow, and it's going to fill your body. Don't be afraid of it. It's good energy, and it's going to help you to fly. Concentrate on that energy and direct it downward, outside of your body, down past your skin. And as that energy goes down, it is going to lift you up off the ground. Now, one by one, we're going to lift up our hooves. Start by lifting up your right front hoof. Very good. And now, your rear left hoof. That's right. You're doing very well. Now, lift up your other front hoof. Very good. Standing on just one hoof now. Get ready. We're going to lift that last hoof. And now we're floating above the ground. Very good. You've learned how to hover, and that's the first step. Now, I'd like you to direct that energy that's holding you up backwards, through your back end, through your rear hooves. Let it exit just like the flames of a jet engine. Of course, there are no actual flames, but that energy is going to propel you forward as you push it backward. There you go, floating forward, slowly at first, but picking up speed, going faster and faster. And here I am, right alongside you. Very good, you're a natural at this. Now we're going to try turning. I want you to lean just a little bit to the right. That's very good. Now, put your left hoof out and your right hoof just a little bit beneath you. And I want you to push some energy out of your right hoof to turn you right. Very good. Now, bring both hooves up. Straighten out. Very good. Now you're going to hold your right front hoof forward and put your left hoof down and push with that same energy, turning to the left. Very good. Now, let's try getting some altitude. Using a running motion, just as if you were running across the snow. push with your hooves, pushing out more of that energy. It's going to thrust you forward and upward. That's right, climbing higher and higher. Each time you wave your hooves through the air, getting further and further into the sky. You can look down and see Santa's house. You can see the stables and the workshop in Elf Town, all the little pine trees, and your fellow reindeer herd. They're down there looking like ants. So high now. All right, let's level out and just coast for a while. Just put your hooves straight out in front of you and behind you, and we'll soar and just enjoy being up here in the sky. Isn't it wonderful? It just feels so good to be up here in the sky, flying along. 2 flying reindeer high above it all. Now, if we want to make a really sharp turn, that's when we have to bank, and I'm going to teach you how to use that. What you want to do is lean very sharply to one side, and then use a running motion just like you did when you were climbing, and that's going to push you in the direction you want to go. Are you ready? We're going to try banking right on 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Oh, you're doing very well. And now let's try banking left on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're very good at that. And it's a lot of fun to turn at high speed like that, isn't it? And speaking of speed, if you want to really pick up speed, the best way to do that is a dive. Always remember that speed is height. You can always exchange one for the other. You can exchange height for speed or speed for height. We're going to do a dive, and the way you do that is you just turn down that energy field that's holding you up, and you thrust it all backwards. We're going to put everything to speed by diving when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Here we go! Down, 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 and pulling up. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I think I almost felt the ground snow on my belly on that one. And if you ever need to stop in midair, it's super easy. Just push in the direction you're going with that energy. Let it stop you, just like thrusters on a spacecraft. Coming to a stop now, going slower, slower, and stop. Both of us just hovering here in the middle of the sky, looking down at the beautiful snowy landscape. Isn't it wonderful? Now that you know how to fly, come this way with me. Over Santa's workshop, over past the stables, over to the other side of Elf Town. There's a stadium there. It looks a lot like a soccer pitch, but all around are high stands, and here and there are high towers with flags and banners. And at each end of the pitch are 3 large circles sitting at the tops of really tall poles. I hope you're ready to have some fun. In the middle of the stadium stand 5 young reindeer. Let's go down and meet them. Carefully now, slowing down, touching down on the ground, planting your hooves. Very good. We're both safely on the ground now. On the ground next to us is a box with 4 balls in it. These are the balls that we use to play Quidditch. Now, if you don't know how to play Quidditch, don't worry, I'm going to explain it for everyone's benefit. As you listen, elves are going to come out and put harnesses on each one of us. On the back of each harness is a number. Yours is number 1, mine is number 2, and the others have numbers 3 through 7. Now, our league has rules that are slightly different from normal Quidditch, so pay careful attention. Between my front hooves, I'm holding a ball about the size of a basketball. It's dark brown, with indentations, 4 of them spaced evenly around the ball to make it more easy to hold. This is the quaffle. This is the main ball of the Quidditch game. We score by getting the quaffle through our opponent's hoops. If you get this through any of the 3 hoops, you score 1 point for our side. If they get them through the other set of hoops, they score 1 point. Hovering on either side of me are a pair of balls that look like dodgeballs. These are the bludgers. Now, dear number 5 and 6 are our beaters. It's their job to protect the rest of us from the bludgers. Number 7 is our keeper. That is to say, he's our goalie. The last ball is a very small golden ball, about the size of a golf ball. It has little fluttering wings. This is the golden snitch. It's very hard to see and even harder to catch. But anyone who does catch the snitch will win 10 points for their team. Reindeer number 4 will be our seeker. It will be his job to catch the snitch. As for the rest of us, reindeer number 1, 2, and 3, we will be the chasers, and it will be our job to get the quaffle through the hoops at the end of the pitch. The game ends after 1 hour, and whoever has the most points wins. 7 brightly colored dragons, each about the size of a horse, and each a different hue of the rainbow. Naturally, you feel excitement at the thought of playing Quidditch against these dragons. Everyone into the air now. Get into position. An elf comes out onto the pitch, riding a broomstick. He's dressed in a referee's uniform. He picks up the quaffle. The other 3 balls rise into the air, ready to fly into the game on their own power. He throws the quaffle into the air, and the game is on. I have the quaffle, and I pass it to you. You take off through the crowd of dragons. They try to stop you, but you're just too fast and agile. You zip right through them, flying in circles and loops, avoiding every dragon on the field. You head right for the goal and toss the quaffle right through the center ring. You score 1 point for your team. Now the dragons have the ball, and they're carrying it down the pitch. Why, they're almost as fast and agile as you are. The one who has the quaffle prepares to score. He brings his arm back, and he's suddenly hit by a bludger. He drops the quaffle, and you catch it. You take off across the pitch, but now the bludgers are coming after you. But reindeer 5 and 6 come up next to you. One deflects a bludger with his antlers. The other kicks at the other bludger with his hoof. You're in the clear now. You shoot. You score another point for the reindeer team. The crowd goes wild, whistling and cheering for your success. Now the dragons have the ball, and they take it back across the pitch. Our team tries to intercept the ball, but to no avail. The dragons score. The rest of the game goes just like that, with the dragons and the reindeer both pulling off amazing plays. At one point, you go into a dive with the quaffle in your hooves. You zoom across the pitch at top speed, and then rise up right in front of the goal to score for the reindeer team. Because you remembered what I said about speed and height being interchangeable. You are one clever reindeer. Halfway through the game, You hear the crowd burst into applause and cheering, and it isn't immediately obvious why. But then you see the dragons have caught the snitch. Oh, this is bad. They're now ahead by 10 points. Can the reindeer team close the point gap? For the rest of the game, you play your hardest, catching up 1 point at a time, until at last it's Dragons 61, Reindeer 59. The Dragons go to score, but our keeper catches the ball, and he throws it to you. You take off across the pitch, but a big purple dragon flies up right in front of you, blocking your path. You see that I'm open, and you pass it to me. I throw it through the hoop and score. It's now 60-61, only 2 more points, and we can win this game. The Dragon's keeper throws the quaffle to one of his teammates, but number 3 Reindeer intercepts. He shoots. He scores. The score is all tied up now, with only seconds left to go. The next team to score wins the game. The Dragons have the quaffle now, and they're racing down the field. They shoot, but our keeper catches the quaffle. He passes to me. I race down the field, but I'm blocked in. I can't go anywhere. So I tell you to go long. I throw it as hard as I can, and you reach up with both hooves to catch it. But suddenly, it's gone. Where did it go? And suddenly you realize it's caught in your antlers. And so you race down the field toward the opposing goal. A yellow dragon blocks you. You dodge right. A purple one, you dodge left. The dragon's keeper prepares to block you, but you feint right and go left. You come to a screeching halt. The quaffle flies out from between your antlers and sails through the rings. The crowd below goes nuts. You've scored the winning goal. North Pole wins. North Pole wins the big Quidditch game, and it's all thanks to you. You and all your fellow reindeer fly a victory lap around the stadium, enjoying the cheering and the applause of the crowd below. And when that victory lap is done, we leave the stadium and go back toward the stables. Everyone is smiling and laughing and congratulating each other as we touch down on the snowy ground outside the reindeer stables. It's been a wonderful day. You've done so much today. You had your first transformation into a reindeer. You learned to fly. You learned to love the cold. And you even won the big Quidditch game. You have been absolutely amazing. Well, it's time for me to go now. So I'm going to leave you here to either fall into a natural sleep or to wake up as you prefer. And when you do wake up, you're going to remember everything in exquisite detail. You're going to remember falling asleep in Santa's house. You'll remember being transformed into a reindeer. You will remember learning to love the cold. You'll remember learning how to fly. And of course, you'll remember all the wonderful moves that you displayed in the big Quidditch game. And of course, anytime you encounter one of those happiness boosters, such as a reindeer or a Christmas tree or a carrot or any of those many things, you'll find your happiness rising and rising and just bubbling over, making you smile and laugh and exude an infectious air of happiness. Once again, you are free to either fall asleep or wake up in your own time, however you want, whenever you want. But for now, I'll leave you to just enjoy being a reindeer and being able to fly and enjoying the snow and the cold. So go have some fun, and thank you for choosing the Transformation Parlor.